Hey everybody, Nerdy Transformed here again, and Merry Christmas, or Happy Hanukkah, or Happy Kwanzaa, or Happy Holidays. Me personally, we celebrate Christmas here, but, you know, Happy Holidays in general. If you don't celebrate anything, well, happy, vacation time, I guess. Anyway, today I'm reviewing the Transformers Power of the Primes Legends class Beachcomber. Yes, I was actually able to find more Power of the Primes figures. Just Slash and Beachcomber, but still, some more new figures. And I'm actually going to start with the cards today because I did not notice with Wind Charger, the cards are actually somewhat randomized. The artwork is the same, but each one has like a special prime power that actually differentiates each card. So your Wind Charger card might be different from my Wind Charger card. And since I didn't cover it in the last video, I got the Onk's Wind Charger card, which says that he charges through enemies with unstoppable force with the power of the Onks. And funnily enough, my Beachcomber is also Onks, and you can see that's what the card looks like. Got the little prime power there with the color of yellow around it. Pretty nice artwork. And for Beachcomber, with his Onks power, it says Fearless, Feral Defender of Nature. Which I guess does fit Beachcomber to some extent. Although I'm not sure about the feral part. But this is a new Beachcomber in his vehicle mode, and it's an alright looking vehicle mode. Not the best looking, but for a little Legends figure, it's alright. It's not... kind of just comes with the territory of him being more of a dune buggy kind of thing. As you can see, compared to Wind Charger and Brawn here, not quite as compact and solid looking, but I think it just kind of comes from the aesthetic of the vehicle itself. So yeah, I would say I kind of do prefer Wind Charger's vehicle mode, but it's just an aesthetic thing. I don't really think it's still not a bad vehicle mode by any means. The bars here can open up, and you can actually put a Titan Master or a Prime Master if you prefer inside here to ride. So that's pretty nice. Carries over the usual gimmick the Legends classes I've been having. Deco-wise, he actually has painted wheels. This is something we have not seen for a very, very long time. He actually has his wheels painted. Granted, most of the colors on his vehicle mode is covered by his plastic color, so I guess that's where I got the budget for it. But the rims of his wheel are actually done in this very nice whitish silver color. And it does look very nice, and they do spin very well. I mean, he does roll rather nicely. As for other deco, he has a big old Autobot sigil right there on the front of his vehicle there. Headlights are not painted at all, unfortunately, which sucks since they do kind of stick out. Do get a little bit of black paint right here for kind of the step into the vehicle. And then like the engine pieces back here are done up in silver. And like I mentioned, the overall vehicle mode looks pretty alright. You know, you can just barely see his fingers right there under the engine block pieces. And back here, yeah, there's just a gaping hole. And granted, his head is slid in, so it's harder to tell it's his head. But yeah, I kind of just stuck with a gaping hole in the back of the vehicle. So, very odd vehicle mode. Not a bad figure, just vehicle mode's definitely one of my least favorite, other than say like Wheelie. And that's more because Wheelie doesn't hold together at all. But it is very solid, nothing's coming loose, so overall still a good vehicle. Transformation is simple like most of these Legends figures. To start off, you're going to want to pop these bars apart at the right here, going this way, whichever way you want to call that. And they will simply flip out. And you can go ahead and split this to form his legs. And the bars on this end will fold in to help form his heel spurs. Oh, if I can talk today. These pieces down here will pop out to form his arms, and these were like little pieces that were just sticking off. Then you're going to grab the whole top part here, and it'll actually just slide down and collapse in, making it a much shorter torso. And when you do that, it actually pops the head out, which is pretty nice, and actually fills in this bit too, because before you actually had that black plastic, but now it's kind of more of a gray all around his head. And finally, the last thing you do is just push the rest of the bars inward to kind of help fill in that gap there a little. And there you have Beachcomber in his little robot mode. Oh, wait, let's get his legs straightened out so he's actually standing right. There we go. And now Beachcomber is in his robot mode. Let's go ahead and get comparisons out of the way. Here he's next to Titans Return Brawn and Power of the Prime Swerve. And you see, typical Legends class fits right in with his other fellow mini-bots. And this is actually where I think Beachcomber actually has a few points over these other guys. For one thing, his hands actually got painted, so they actually look a lot more separated compared to the others, whose hands kind of are just molded into the robot, into their robot arms. He doesn't have a he doesn't have a hand swivel or anything, but it does at least make his hands look more separated. His feet actually stick out a little bit better because he actually has a little kind of a slant to kind of give him more of a foot. That swerve here, or no, wind charger here was severely missing. And as well, he actually has a leg swivel. But way more points over wind charger here, who desperately needed that leg swivel. So yeah, while the vehicle mode wasn't quite as nice looking, he definitely gets some extra points here in robot mode. And much like wind charger, he is missing a weapon. He doesn't come with a weapon. But with Beachcomber, that kind of works, because I don't really think of him as having an armed weapon. He is a much more peace-loving guy. And look at the overall sculpt, starting with that head, very much G1 Beachcomber. He's got the big blue helmet over his head, he's got the nice silver shades. The rest of the face is stated blue. You know, it's a pretty nice looking little Beachcomber. I like the chest detail where we actually like have an engine block thing going on with a little sticker for the yellow and a red dot. You do actually get some nice little paint here on the chest too with some blue, orange, and yellow. I mean, that's kind of what works about Beachcomber. They were able to give him these little accents like his fist being painted and his rims being painted. Just because Beachcomber, a lot of his colors were really simple, could easily be covered just by plastic. So I think he kind of got lucky here with how simple his color scheme are, with how simple it is. To the point that the whole chest is actually painted. And you can see that because right here you can kind of see the outline of like black plastic right there. And you notice that if you can see it in the camera, the chest up here is actually a shade lighter than the plastic right here. So I believe his whole chest is actually painted. I mean, you also see here where this part's blue plastic. This is actually all painted in a whitish gray plastic. So he actually is very, very nicely painted considering everything. Legs don't really get any paint, but they don't really need anything. The only weird thing is you're stuck with these two half-odd symbols hanging upside down on his legs. Looks good in vehicle mode, looks a little odd here. And he doesn't really have an odd sigil to kind of replace it. But that's really the only weird part about his overall decals. Articulation-wise, he does get a head swivel that does work all the way around. Does get shoulder ball-jointed movement, so you get universal shoulders. You do get universal elbows from the ball joint. So rotation, 90 degrees, all that good stuff. Nothing at the wrist. No waist articulation, unfortunately. But he does have ball jointed hips, so they work pretty well. And he does have that swivel I mentioned. So glad to have that. And he does have over 90-degree knees. So you can get about 45 degrees there, and he actually can kind of balance it to where you can do like one of these high knee hits kind of thing. If he wants to knee somebody in the chest. Or, you know, could go on for the full high kick. You can't give him the balance. His arms actually help here because they have this like blocky exterior, so you can kind of get these crazy high kick poses. But other than that, he's your typical Legends class in articulation. Decent overall. Nothing too special, but he's a Beachcomber. It's really nice to have a new Beachcomber, especially since the last one we got was the Legends from the Universe line. And that one was... You remember how old Legends were. Yeah, those figures. But yeah, overall, he's a really good Legends figure. I highly recommend picking him up. And check him out at Walmart, because Walmart has these new stocking stuffer sections, and that's where I found my Power of the Primes figures. So yeah, I highly recommend him. If you want all the mini-bots, he is the perfect stand-in for your Beachcomber. So, this has been Nerd Transformed. I hope you enjoyed this review, and hope you have a good day. Take care.